and a teacher and an actor and rebirthing, and he's really been a renaissance man in this community. And when I got here, I was in need of a wild man, somebody that was older, that had a wild spirit. And I kind of adopted him, and he adopted me. And I didn't know how deep the journey was going to be. This was about 6 months ago, and Oasis is going through changes, and we all go through changes. And in community, what we do is celebrate each other and the changes we go through. So we brought everybody here for this celebration. And any kind of story you have, any poem, any joke, anything relating to Oasis, we want to hold court and have everybody come up, and whatever kind of connection you can make with him, or you feel inspired to do, that's what's going to happen. And then we're going to have some poetry that's going to play that Oasis wrote. Probably most people have heard his poetry. It's amazing in my mind. And then at the end, we're going to have an ecstatic dance. Shamaha is going to DJ. We have some food, and let the games begin. So, okay. So here's a microphone, and hopefully people, I know that there's a play out here, and someone's going to sing songs, and people have poetry. So who's going to be first? Don't be shy. I can't talk for 2 hours.
Okay, I'll say something.
Okay.
Can I say something? My connection. Is this on?
Go ahead, Francie.
My connection with you, dear heart, has been through improvisational dance mainly.
Can't hear.
My connection with you, dear heart, has been predominantly through dance.
Yeah.
And that experience has brought me tremendous joy.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, you know that. We shared that. And improvisational dance, that kind of movement, requires a level of trust. Yeah. And through that physicalization of trust is a truly freeing experience. And I experience that quite often with you. And I so deeply appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. Fantastic. I feel blessed by everybody's here. It's real joy.
It's on there.
Before we talk, can you say your name first?
Was that loud enough?
Yes.
Oh, I got my own mic here. All right. We're all set. I might at some time prefer to be out in front there, so I'm looking at people rather than being behind them.
You looking at me?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay. You should be wearing my jester costume.
I should. Right. Do you want to share?
I'm ready. I guess I'll start us out. I'll try to remember a poem.
Yes.
This age brings us face to face with the miraculous. From deep earth to endless space, we create this planet of our mind, heartbeat, bloodstream. I guess that's as far as it goes.
That was enough.
That's good.
inspired to read.
Okay, we'll just have it here. Oh, I'll wait for somebody else.
Okay. I like. Oasis, is this on? Just get it close to your mouth.
That's it.
Yeah.
I gotta shout,
That's
shout, shout, you. Okay. Oasis. I never told you this story, but when I first moved here to Westport, one of the first weeks I was here, first days, I came into town to get a post office box, and this man was walking across the street in Westport with a jester costume on. And I was like, I'm in the right place. Because the Mardi Gras before that, because I'd moved from New Orleans, I was a jester. And so you were heading into the church to do a thing with the children in Westport, and I really admired that a lot. And I've admired a lot of your walk here. I've always loved dancing with you. So, thank you. Thank you. Oh, this is ballet.
It's ballet.
Ballet?
No, that's what you.
It's a, yeah. We're brothers.
Do you want to play a poem on CD?
Want to do a CD?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to do one of his poems right now.
You want the one on your phone or a CD?
CD.
Oh, who is you?
We're going to play one of your CD poems.
No more poems. The lovebird is flown, abandoning seed spilled on the ground. Only withered husks remain. Even the jays are mute and shamed. Rage hides his face in the shadows. Self-pity finds no salt for wound. A stained bedsheet hangs limp, torn and frayed, no longer flapping in passion's breezeway. Gone away with your flesh and your spirit, empty with nobody home. This old laundry is nobody's business. I'd rather be silent, alone.
Okay, I think we have a play that's going to be next.
Well, yes, but I would like a chair to sit on.
Sure.
I can't stand. Thank you. Here, off to the right or left. Thank you. Yeah, just a minute, I'll take off my mask. It'll be all right. Well, before I say the words, I have a couple minutes of words here that I'm going to say once the circle pass thing. Oh, okay, sorry. I forgot, this room really eats up sound. I noticed that. So I have a couple of things, offerings here, words that I think you're gonna really enjoy. But before that, I wanna say, just impromptu, some things I've been thinking about in preparation for coming here and honoring you today, Oasis. First of all, I've known you a long time. I don't remember when we met, but I do remember some things that impressed me about our long friendship here. One is that I want to honor you because you've always honored the goddess. You've honored the down-to-earth kind of pagan values of loving the earth and exalting the spirit of all that is. And I really appreciated that about you, and I felt uplifted because of that support you gave in that way. And I loved your early poems about the gods. I was blown away when I'm going, oh my goodness, listen to this. This is so great. And then there was a dance that was held. Where was it? Here? No, Crown. I don't remember. Pore Vida Halloween. I think it was probably the other place. I was dressed up as a jaguar, and I don't think you recognized me because I had done a really good job on my costume and makeup. And we had a dance, and it was an outstanding dance. We had a really great dance where the moves just rolled out. What a lot of fun. And then there are many other times, like when Oasis started using a different language that he made up when he went to the poetry readings. Loved that. Loved that. I love everything about you. Yeah. Yeah. So right now, I'm going to read A Circle Casting by the Power of Seven. And then I have a 1-minute play that I wrote for MTC that's going to be aired sometime over the next month or two. And I think it's a good one for the occasion. So this is the circle casting. Ready? Okay. All right. I cast the circle by the power of seven, from worlds below to worlds in heaven, from what we do to what we are, from our molten center to that distant star, from the womb out of which we're born to the tomb, it's to life we're sworn, from creative center to our will, we make it so, our lives fulfill. The beating heart, both guard and guide, the loving rhythm sings us alive. The words we speak so powerfully true, they build one world for me and you. We envision a world of grace that guides, reaching toward the light we thrive. Crowning ourselves with that brilliant light, we dance the rainbow out of darkest night. And so it is.
Thank you.
So it is. Now, I wish you were in the mood to read because there's a boy's part in here. Are you?
Repeat, please.
She wants you to play a part in her play, but I don't know if you're ready to read
It's up
the
to
part.
you. I can do it if you can. Can you read or do you wanna or not?
I can read.
All right. All right, so you do the man part. It's a train ride. Thank you. If it gets rough to read, just let us know and we'll interrupt and go on from there, right? Okay, maybe I need new glasses. This print's not as big. So, I'll do the conductor and I'll do the woman. You do the man, if you can, okay? Yeah, I had to put my glasses on too. I'm gonna have to do this way. Okay?
I'll
Okay.
use the what?
You're the man. You be the man.
Oh, okay. Us the man.
Yeah, you're the man. And I want you to know, about a year ago, Mendocino Theater Company, Pamela, put out the call for 1-minute plays. And it has taken me on and off a year to get the words down to close to a minute. So, and actually they had to take one stanza out, but we're including that stanza today. So what I did, in order to finally get it together, and it was arduous, I do it and I put it down, do it, put it down. And finally, recently, I got it. And what I did was I put it into haiku form. So it's a play, conversational dialogue, but it's 17 verses of haiku.
Okay.
And it's called Departure Time is Now. Sound effects, a train whistle, and the music, Gonna Take a Sentimental Journey. The conductor says, departure is now, a delight. Picture windows, the West Coast seascape. Woman, that's me. I want to be there, hugging the sweet sea and sand, a perfect pick of seats. People play in sand, swim in waves, enjoy each other outside the window.
Is this seat taken? Might I share the looking glass and your company?
Oh, you startled me. I was alone, distracted. Of course, have a seat.
Are we ever alone? Once upon a time, family, friends, high life. But now?
Hi, I'm Sophia. Years past, I've spent time seaside with kids, grandkids, friends. Together we say this. We're here.
Both are alone,
The world is out the window,
all
Alone.
together.
alone together. Okay, your turn.
I'm Gabe, what now? Work while work, a place in the sun?
A school for spirit.
Spirit. I wonder, once past, what happens to us, spirit or flesh?
A serious question. Energy changes. Waiting. Winter seed, spring bloom.
All life may return, perhaps not in the same form, beloved treasure. Time passes quickly, a pleasure being with you. My shop gotta fly.
Oh, your stop, gotta fly.
Stop.
Oh no,
I'm sorry.
so precious. I don't want to say goodbye. Can we have a hug?
Have not had a hug in ever so long, lifetimes. It feels good to touch.
Your touch is so light, like being in the clouds. Let's exchange info.
Oh, thank you. I got a page turner. My page turns me over. Don't spank too hard.
Okay, so this is the last stanza on the top of the page, where we exchange information. Gabe, you say, Gabe at. You say, Gabe.
Gabe at winged.com.
.com. Okay. He is Gabe at winged.com. I am Sophia at Heaven on Earth. Together we are eternal duo. We're supposed to say that together. Let's do that together. Huh?
I don't see it.
Eternal duo. Just say it We'll say it together, eternal duo.
Oh, I'm seeing, it's ahead of me.
It goes Gabe at wingit.com, Sophia at Heaven on Earth, and both together, eternal duo.
Eternal duo.
Then the train whistles and we go to an angel. Oh, what an honor for you to do that with me today. I love you. Oasis, beautiful. You did it.
Yeah, what a fountain of joy that I see around me.
Okay.
I'm
thank you.
sure I love everybody here.
Who's up next? Who's coming up here? That's my part. Thank you all. Yes.
I don't have two.
He can have that. You can put that with his papers. Put that with your papers. All right. Oops. Look, I'm doing an Isadora Duncan here, right? Yeah. You're stuck. You're so long.
You want to read something out of that, Oasis?
Thank you.
Maybe so.
Okay. So Oasis has a book that's a little bit out of print that he's maybe going to read a poem from. We're going to try to get it back into print.
I don't know what will happen yet. Let's see. I think I'll do it. Who's next up here? I'll just do, interject a short poem in between people, maybe.
Okay. Do one
How's
now.
that?
Do one now and then the next person.
Oh, maybe I'll see. This is called Poetry of Motion, and we just heard, has somebody been assigned, or people have taken these?
No, we're just being spontaneous, so whatever one you want is yours.
I won't do them. Give everything up. Give everything up, no holding. Beyond the molding, no picture to place. Give everything up, no holding beyond the molding, no picture to place, live in angels' grace. Dance toward the light, the fathomless night flight, where sun specks in the dust, no fear, no rust. Look over the gate, inside the song, the muscle is now. The music is now. We're where we belong.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Music. We can let the music begin.
I'll just put a song for you, Oasis.
Yeah. You tell me if somebody'd like to take my position right
No, I
now.
think this is your day, Oasis. You're not getting off that easy.
It's pretty long.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be okay. Can you hear it at the back?
This is a song about time moving on. It's a cover, but it's dedicated to everyone and everything.
Loud.
For you. I was 21 years when I wrote this song. I'm 22 now, but I won't be for long. Time hurries on, and the leaves that are green turn to brown, and they wither with the wind, and they crumble in your hand. Once my heart was filled with the love of a girl. I held her close, but she faded in the night, like a poem I meant to write, and the leaves that are green turn to brown. I threw a pebble in a brook and watched the ripples run away, but they never made a sound, and the leaves that are green turn to brown, and they wither with the wind, and they crumble in your hand. Hello, 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 hello. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. That's all there is, and the leaves that are green turn to brown.
Oh, please.
Thank you, thank you. Oasis, I got a poem for you here. I wrote it on January 9th. You know that date? January 9th, 2009. I think that's your birthday, wasn't it?
January 7th.
You're 7th, okay. Well, so it was on the 9th that we had a party for you at our place. And I wrote a poem for you. I gave it to you for your birthday. It was a birthday present. And we're having a music rehearsal.
Uh-huh.
And in your 5 wishes, you wanted me to read this at your memorial service. So
Oh.
here we are.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I pulled this out, I guess it was yesterday, and I started reading it to Tony. I said, you know, I haven't read this poem since that night that I read it to you. And I could barely get through it without just letting the tears flow. And it's really the tears of joy, the love that I have for you. So I'm going to see if I can get through it. So this is a poem about a wild lover man poet I know. The first time I laid eyes on him, he was dancing, and I recognized the genuine article embodied in his fullness. And the hat And you guys don't know this. Now, some of you do, I'm sure. Oasis was big on hats. I mean, it's a picture of them over here, and the whole gallery of hats. Amazing, amazing. So I recognized the genuine article embodied in its fullness, and the hat was the tip-off, like spots on a leopard, or stripes on a zebra, or the long neck of a giraffe, or the mane of a lion. This was the real article. Only this wild man was a man on the prowl for love. The way love seeks itself. Out in the open with nothing to hide, nothing to be ashamed of, guiltless as the archetype itself, full of love's presence for anyone who dares to dance the dance of love. This is a dangerous cat. And the danger was in losing oneself on the dance floor of life. This wild man called to the wild man in me to dance and sing and play music and read poetry and simply to express in any form through any of the channels of love's expressions. I love this wild man when he first showed up, but I watched for a while in the way that the curious do, from the sidelines, checking him out to see if I was safe being me, like he was being him. The concern, of course, had to do with sanity. My God, I could lose myself in love, and what would become of me? I might become like him. Or was that okay? This wild man of love showed up so often in so many true and authentic ways and spread so much of the magic of love around that eventually I found that the entire community was infected. And others were doing the same, and so was I. Well, I became friends with love's presence and the wild man in me, and that wild guy with the unusual hat. And once we took a trip deep into the woods together, and we went way deep into the forest of the mystery. And after a long night of deep soul searching and communing with elements of nature, we started heading back home to the coast. And the road was foggy and hard to follow, but by now I had learned to trust my instinct and my inner sense of direction. Together, in our wildness, we had come to the edge of the earth, and we jumped into the great mystery together. And now, I wear a hat. Lost my mic still working?
I had to
Okay,
do
good.
something a little wild there.
So I want to say thank you, Lee, for really being instrumental in putting this together, along with Francie and Eric and Sergion and Shamaha, wherever she is, and whoever I might be forgetting. I'm so sorry, but I'm just filled with gratitude for everyone putting this together and making this happen. Edward, where's Edward? Where is he? Where is Edward? Okay, yeah. Edward, who's and Heidi Ho also, Heidi Ho, and members of the family that are here as well, and which I'm sure will be introduced at some point this evening.
Another one, or have somebody else?
This is a very short poem. So I haven't read this in a long time, so we'll just try it out. Smiles. Smiles like playing in the apple orchard. Worms singing in the compost. Soil in silent contemplation holds sangha with seeds. That's it. Who wants to go next?
Hey, come. Don't be shy. We don't have that much time. There's lots of folks. Just step right up. This is Kathy, Oasis' sister. She's been coming here quite often to help.
Stand in the microphone.
So when I heard this was happening and the date was set, I sent a message to Nancy, our sister.
Speak into the mic a little bit more.
I sent a message to my sister Nancy, our sister, and I asked her if she wanted to say anything, write anything. She could, and I would read it. And so she did, and I'm gonna read it to you. You ready? Yeah, it's not a poem. It's reminiscing and just, so I have to dig it up. No, I'll be able to once I get it out.
Just arrived from Berkeley a half hour ago.
I guess quickly, I came to California 54 years ago with my brother. I was 18 and he was going to go to, going to San Francisco State. And we arrived September 3rd, 1967. And for me, I was extremely naive, young girl out of high school, and we landed in Haight-Ashbury. And Monica, who is his daughter's mother, is in the back, and it was all three of us. They invited me to come. And Monica is here tonight with her husband Sal. And I just want to say how much I love you, of course. But coming down here with you utterly changed my life. And it's a real demarcation line. And I wanted you to know that. And I've been here ever since. 1 year I returned to Washington for about a year, but I've been down here ever since. I also want to say, such an emotional girl, that I have always admired your integrity to spirit, your integrity to the earth, your integrity to love and to what you do and your expression, and your integrity to yourself and who you are and how you express yourself and let yourself shine. I'm impressed and very inspired by that. You are unwavering, and I love you. So here's a bit lighter. Okay. I hope I can finish it. Whoops. I also shake. And by the way, so does my sister. No, thanks. And I'll let you know. I am happy that your lovely community has chosen to celebrate my brother Darryl's life. I wish I could be there. We grew up, she gets detailed. We grew up mostly in White Center, just south of Seattle. I'm the oldest and smartest. And then she says, joke. Toward teen years, when our parents were out, I was put in charge and informed as to what we could and could not do. Darryl will remember this differently. As I remember, Darryl would very soon do something or try to eat something forbidden, and I, of course, would try to stop him. So, I don't know about this part, but so yelling, wrestling, slapping, sometimes punching would ensue. They're about 1.5 years apart. Guess which one would get the tongue lashing? I thought Darryl was here we go. I thought Darryl was spoiled mostly by Mom. If he was restricted to home, it lasted for about 5 minutes. We hung out. Is this okay, Darryl? Oh my goodness. We hung out with our best friends, Tom and Bob Smithers, and some others. We had water fights in summer. Once I went in my bedroom to change my wet clothes and got sprayed through the window. There were woods below the project where we lived. We walked these big water pipes going through and built camps and tree swings. He's nodding. One day we heard sirens, walked pipes to watch firefighters put the woods fire out, and they blasted us off with fire hoses of the big pipes, and they were really big pipes. Oops, I got tears in my eyes. Thank you. Thinking probably that one of us had set the fire. They may have been right. One of our friends was somewhat of a firebug. Well, fast forward to adulthood and back in Seattle. I would see Darryl many places, especially in Pike Place. Especially in Pike Place Market, Capitol Hill, in an artist cooperative, University District, dancing, acting, storytelling, definitely doing his thing. Sometimes he was so in his thing, he wouldn't recognize me. Everywhere I would go, people who know I was Darryl's sister would say how generous he was with his time, talents, and spirit of goodwill and cheerfulness. My daughter and I have visited Darryl twice in Mendocino in the last several years. We loved it and hope to return in the fall, this fall. Darryl has found the perfect place for himself there in the lovely and loving Mendocino. Oasis Darryl Hasten is a celebration of life. I don't know how to close this, so I'll say fare thee well. Love, Nancy.
Hi Oasis, it's Tom Jellin here. I had the pleasure of being in a men's group with Oasis for 2 years, and we had a chance to swap a lot of stories, and he brought a lot of, the word integrity was just used a lot, and he brought a lot of integrity to our little group of men. He was also a big part of the circle of men here in Mendocino County, and he was the poet laureate and that prankster that Ken Kesey would have been proud of, because he was always keeping us smiling and making sure that we understood that the spirit that lived inside of us was something that we could bring out for other people to be able to see and appreciate. And I think for me, that was one of the things about Oasis that I always loved so much. His smile, his ability to dance, his ability to look through you and see the other side. And that meant so much to me. He was very kind to me about my son, who went through a lot of troubles, and I no longer have him anymore. And Oasis has just been a very kind person to me in my life, and I appreciate you very much. Thank you.
I'd like to interject on that note that there's a saying I like by St. Francis that goes, "There is nothing as gentle as true strength, there is nothing as strong as gentleness." And I think that Oasis, you embody that. True man that is gentle and strong. Thank you. I want to say something before you talk. Sunshine is an amazing, generous person to Oasis, has created a home for him, and in every way generous of spirit, and she's made such a difference in his life. Thank you.
Is it okay to stand?
Whatever you want. We're anarchists.
Is this, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah,
Real
good.
close to your mouth.
What was that?
Put it close to your
How's that?
That's
Ooh,
perfect.
that was scary. So, Oasis is so dear in my life. We live on the same property and have for, my gosh, 20 some years. We have had more fun together, dancing like maniacs often, and just enjoying each other's company, and berry pies that you would bring over that you've made, and just wonderful things that you have always done for everybody. And I just, life is so great having you as our next door neighbor. I'm thrilled, and Glenn is too. We think it's wonderful. And look at your friends that you have. You are so loved, Oasis. And we love you dearly.
Sherry.
Oh, my dear. I want to thank you for bringing us together to say goodbye, because we didn't have a chance to say goodbye to a lot of people we love over the last year. And I wish that we had the chance, and you're so brave to sit here and receive. So I just want to recall some of my dear ones that left last year, like Ruth Weiss, and Mike Riley, and Jeff from Fortunate Farm, and friend Kyle, and to be with the dead, because we didn't have a chance to have this moment, whether it was before they died or after. So to be in your presence, and you're still here, and we can all just adore you, is such a gift. Thank you for giving that to us. It's so nice to be together. And one of my favorite times with Oasis was, over the last 20 years or so, was making a CD. And these are children's stories. Do you remember? This is Tatterhood and Other Stories. And we recorded this in Albion at Peter Temple's studio. And there are these international folk tales where all the heroes are girls and women. And you played a couple of different roles. One, you were an old farmer trying to marry off your daughter. And she was not having any of that. And then you also played a very small elf. And you had the sweetest little voice, but it wasn't small enough, so we sped it up. So you were kind of talking like this. It was very adorable, and it's here. And I want to leave it with you. And maybe you can listen to the stories, you know, just in the next little while, and hear the beautiful music from Johnny Quest and Tommy Brown and all of us, Lavender Grace and Gabby and Robert, and Mother Bear's on there as well, and lots of children and a lot of people that you'll remember. It's like a nice bedtime story, 9 of them. Yay. I adore you, and I'm so happy to see you. Thank you for this time.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I also want to say is a lot of people don't know of some of the life things that Oasis did before he got to Mendocino. And I was pretty amazed to find out that for 10 years he was doing rebirthing at Brighton Bush Hot Springs in Oregon. So not only is he a storyteller and an actor, he's also a healer. Of course a massage therapist. So, amazing guy.
Thank you.
Perfect entry.
My name is Sylvia, and I first met Oasis working at Sweetwater. When I moved here, I thought I wasn't gonna, I moved from Ventura, didn't think I was gonna keep doing massage, but that's where I ended up again, and ended up working there for many years, and became friends with this amazing man who is so creative, so skilled in his work, his hands, and his poetry, and his dancing, and I think probably everything. And I've been hearing Berry Pie, yeah, experienced that too. And I just want to say that it's been my honor to know you all these years. Gosh, it's already probably 22 years since we worked together at Sweetwater. And then my husband ended up following me into the massage path as well, became a professional massage therapist, and ended up working at Sweetwater also. And then after we were no longer working there, Darryl and my husband Jack, who for anyone who doesn't know, passed last December, they were trading massages for, I think you guys did it for 10 years. So Darryl was at my house almost every Monday morning for about 10 years, because we used the room at my house. Every week, Darryl would either receive or give, and the alternate week, same with Jack. So it's been my delight to have known you all these years and enjoy your wonderful poetry. I'm always blown away, and your amazing storytelling. I don't know how you could even remember all of those stories. And your amazing touch, and just your kindness of spirit, of being. And you got a friend waiting there whenever you're ready to go over to the other side. I know he'll be happy to see you there.
We're going to play another poem that's pretty appropriate. I always think of Oasis as being a bard, and this is called Pan Plays. This is more recent. You notice his voice was a lot younger on the last one. He's got 8
Pan Plays by Oasis. Pan, Pan, Pan plays his pipes frisky as leafy buds burst into blossom. He shakes the muddy dew off his raunchy haunches and cavorts along the coastal plateau. He hears a chorus of frogs chortling in salute as tadpoles wiggle the pond. Bumblebees bustle their business into bright flower funnels. Bunnies kick up butts and flash their fur into the berry bushes. From a forest knoll, he watches big ocean waves splash white spray. They power roll up rocky headland bluffs and recede in bright cascades of foam. House finches warble, jays scold, and robins chatter as Pan's melodic flutes fill the chill, clear air. His lusty, musky scent hugs bullpine, rock outcroppings, and underbrush like mist in a bog. Brackenfern unfurls its knobby head. Trilliums spread their white blossoms. This feast of the senses permeates past all fences, highways and homes, lapping like the tide, wrapping all in a common cocoon, the loving embrace of spring.
Okay, more music. Yay. I did. It's okay?
Yeah, tell them.
I played the penny whistle, the octave penny whistle on that. I was a supporting musician. Thank you, Oasis. I'll hold it up.
It has been such an honor to be present here, especially to be hearing these wonderful stories about all the gifts that you have given to our community. And my friend Ananda asked me if I would sing a song to you. And I will do it, I hope. We shall sing with me, come. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome overcome.
Gusto.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday.
Do you want another song?
I think he's thinking.
Oh, oh. I might have a little short one.
Okay,
Okay.
she's gonna play one more.
I'll play
And then
one
you'll
more.
maybe you read a poem and then.
And then this one actually reflects what's happening here too, so sing with me.
Peace is flowing like a river, flowing out from you and me, flowing out into the desert, setting all the captives free. Love. Love is flowing like a river, flowing out from you and me, flowing out into the desert, setting all the captives free.
And we'll end with hope.
Hope is flowing like a river, flowing out from you and me, flowing out into the desert, setting all the captives free.
I don't know.
What's up to you? How do you feel?
Let's take a look.
Okay. Put your glasses on?
Another short one. Threshold. Worried by ritual wandering, the traveler arrives at yawning cave mouth. He hesitates in wonder as the gaping maw beckons. The fading light of dusk lifts its hand from the entrance. Darkness yields the smell of ancient moisture. The tunnel emits mystery like a vapor. Numbness gives way to a deep, throbbing resonance. One passage, one breathing threshold.
10 minutes to 5, so we can start the dancing or have more. I'm kind of looking for the group. Should we start dancing or is there more to say? Okay, we'll get more people out here now. Thanks. There's pizza coming out. Not served yet, but there is some food also in the left.
All right. Brother Oasis, it is so wonderful to be here with you. Yeah, always, 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 every moment. Yeah, it's been incredible coming back into this community and reconnecting with you after all these years. We've known each other a long time. And it's an honor to be here celebrating with you, brother. I love you. So I wrote a little thing, very short, kind of one of those, you know.
Did you bring
Okay.
any poems?
Yeah. Oasis, he knows what it's like to be in the beingness of being. To be in the beingness of being and know it is enough. To be in the beingness of being and to know that it is enough. I love you, brother. Thank you for everything. You know, Oasis has invited me into the sacred circle of words and poetry for many years, and I'm very grateful for this man, for his generosity and kindness and beauty, depth, intellect. It's been an honor to be your friend. Mm-hmm, brother.
Haven't seen you for a while. Good to see you. This is James. You know, some of the memories I have of you, one of the main memories that I have of you is your movement. And I saw you perform a couple of times with some groups around here. And it's been inspiring to me as I grow older to continue to move and to be mobile and to maintain my locomotion. And I've watched you do that in your words. I've watched you do that in your work. I've watched you do that in your body. You're one of the most embodied people I know. So that, you know, that's touched me for a very, very long time and has made me strive to continue to do that as well. And, you know, we've read poetry together. I've listened to your poetry for years. It's just, it's been a wonderful addition to my life. So I'm glad to see you here. I'm glad to celebrate you. You're in your throne where you deserve to be. You're beautiful, you're radiant. Yeah, I love you, man. Yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah. You've touched me deeply over the years, so I appreciate you.
James is a body worker and he teaches body work. And
Another thing that people may not know in this community is that there was, way before me, there was a school in Caspar, and Oasis used to storytell for the children. And there's a lot of children that really remember his storytelling. He made a great effect on people, planted seeds. You're welcome. Still more time.
Sally.
Oh, Sally, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there.
Hey,
Hi.
I snuck in. Hi. Do you remember me?
from probably like 40 years ago or something. I'm one of those kids.
Right.
Yeah, I was coming here today with my son, who's about 9 now, and he said, you know what's going on? And I said, well, a friend of mine is saying goodbye to all of his friends, like Grandpa did just the other day when we had my father's memorial. But this guy's doing it ahead of time. So we all get to look at him and tell him how much we love him, and we're inspired by his presence. And we were talking about what a cool idea that is. That's the right way to do it. And you just always so present that you're present even with this moment and showing us how to do that and to celebrate each other in really sacred honoring of the life that we are and that we share together. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Your father played the king and
That's right.
what?
Yeah, we were in theater together, and my father was the king, my mother was the queen, you were the jester.
Your brother
My
was.
brother did the lights, and I think I was Jack in the Box or Cat or something. I don't remember. It was years ago, but we did all kinds of things. And you know what I want to say to you, so many things, but you know, you've been one of those people in the community for me, having grown up here and, you know, walked around these streets with continuous flood of new people coming all of the time. And like Ron said, you know, sometimes not so sure what to make of us locals that are living in an oasis, living as an oasis, you know. And you and I always knew that's where we were. And when we saw each other, there was always that infinity in the presence that we shared, and it meant so much to me, you know, as I journeyed through in and out of time, in and out of Mendocino and LA and New York or wherever it was that I went. And so you're home. So thank you for that.
It's been a wonderful home all these years.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there anything that you would like for your birthday? This is it. This is it. What more could you want, right?
Do you have a song?
I could sing a song.
Sure.
Sure.
A song, Oasis.
Yeah,
Okay.
they absolutely
Uh,
hear this woman's voice. Most of them have their opportunity.
I think they all have. Let's see here. How about this one? I think I sang this maybe when we were in Jack's hospital room. Do you remember this song? Should I do this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Now there's no one to blame, no way to stop the falling rain. We can't escape the way things are as we stand and wait at heaven's door. I know who you are. You're a lover of the universe. No need to fake it. You can't explain it. What do you need to prove? I'm a believer. I believe in you. You don't have to agree, but you're a lover just like me, with no differences at all, standing side by side at heaven's door. Someone gave you a name, it doesn't matter how, at heaven's door.
You're blessed by your voice and your essence. Don't stop.
Don't stop.
told you so.
I knew it all along.
So Serena Oasis's daughter is going to come here. I just want to say she's been a very strong support. She comes all the way up from Windsor and has been putting all the pieces together to make this transition be as easy as possible. So, yahoo for daughters.
Hi. I'm the opposite. I'm not a stage person at all. I'm like, no, I'll sit over in the corner. What can I say? How you embody yourself, your grace, your gratitude, how you reach to other people is amazing to watch. When I was younger, you know, and as we become teenagers, we don't appreciate it as much. You know, we don't kind of appreciate it as we go older. I remember you always breaking out in a story, you know, with my friends. I'm like, oh gosh, here we go. What do I do? You know, we'll see how they. And it's cool if other people do it, but if it's your dad, you know, you get a little embarrassed, and you know that. And it taught me a lot more, just admiring how you were just yourself. You'd fly free, listening to music, and I would sit back and watch the performers, and you'd be up there performing with them. And they really appreciated that. And well, I came to watch them, Dad, not you. And I loved to watch you dance after that. You became my favorite dance partner. Thank you. I saved so many messages from you, voicemails. Because at certain times I play them over and over again. Because you remind me that life is beautiful and my soul's salvation. And just to hear your voice would just calm and soothe me. We call and talk to each other every Sunday. You know, like, oh, it's Saturday. I'm like, it doesn't matter, you know. But we would call and talk to each other every week, and now it's every day. I'm not a poem writer, but I woke up and I wrote this the other day, and it just came to me. There's nothing I can possibly say that would be enough, but I treasure every moment that we spent together. What I was thinking, there were many times that you traveled around, you wanted me to spend time with you and travel around the world and see things you wanted to see, and something was more important then. And I can't even remember what it was, you know, those moments that we just like, what was more important at that moment than spending time with you? Good thing you're a good storyteller, because you kind of brought the world back to me, and I appreciate that. I remember also thinking, Oasis, who changes their name? I don't understand it. You know, it's like, would your mom be okay with that? Because if I went and said, hey, I don't want to be Serena anymore. But now I get it, you know, everything I read. So you are, you know, exactly, this is it, you know, the Oasis. And I admire the life that you built for yourself, and simplicity and gratitude. Before I even met people, I knew all of you, because he remembers every single detail. I'm like, I'm never going to meet these people. Why do I have to know these details about their children and what they do for life? But that's because he takes it all in, and he appreciates every single thing that you guys do. So he breathes it and tells your story. Dear Oasis, my father, my friend, my soul salvation, an inspiration, as a constant reminder to celebrate life, to embrace the sun, the moon, the universe, and kindness and blessings. As you look at the sphere of everyone dear, the gratitude is loud and clear. The world is a better place with you here. For you don't fear your continued journey, for you are the essence of life, love, and laughter, forever dancing in our hearts and bringing joy with your song. My father, my friend, my soul salvation.
close this part of the circle, and we'll serve pizza, and then we're going to dance. One of Oasis's favorite things to do.
I think somebody else wants to.
Abe? Oh, Rebecca.
Okay, sorry.
I'll start. So, I don't even remember. Hi, Oasis. Joy here. Joy and Rebecca from Sweetwater. The three of us worked together at Sweetwater. I was 6 years. That was 6 years ago for me, and I don't know how long for you. That's probably longer for you, right?
Oh, so long.
Yes, I don't remember. So long.
So long.
Right. And 3 weeks ago, I was on the phone with Sri Gian, and he said, "Oh, I'm gonna go see Oasis," and I'm like, "Well, send him my love if he remembers me." And then he checked back with me, and he said, "Yeah, of course he remembers you." So I just want to honor you in your throne and your beauty and your radiance, and have a story about those days when I first came to Mendocino, and I was in this life transition from being an academic to a body worker and a yoga teacher, which I'm now. And I was having a lot of pain. I got out of academia because of a health crisis, and I couldn't stand. I was bedridden for many months. And then when the chance I had to go to California, I took it. And I came here, and so I ended up being a body worker at Sweetwater, but my back was still hurting a lot. And I met Oasis there, and he's like, "Okay, well, let's trade. And I'm like, "Sure, are you okay with that?" "Yes, of course." And so you worked on my back for a long time, and I was like, "Well, Oasis, it's my turn now to give you a massage." And you were like, "Oh, no, it's okay, never mind, don't worry about it." So I just want to thank you, because all the work that you did was very loving, was generous. You never asked for anything in return, and I learned one thing, especially to be in my body. I remember I was trying to be in my head about why I was having so much pain, and I was like, "Oh, Louise Hay that makes this and this and that," and you were like, this really impacted me. You said, "Really? Don't you think that's really ambitious to come up with all these body parts, whatever hurts, it means this or means that?" And I was like, "Oh, really? Yeah, because we don't have to, learn about our bodies through other people, right? We learn about our bodies by being in our bodies." So that really impacted me, and it shook my belief system at the time. So your humility, right? Because with all the knowledge and then coming from that place of humility was like, wow, okay, for me, it was a wake-up call. So thank you, Oasis, for that. And thank you for all that work that you did. And whatever I can do for you now, please let me know. I love you. Thank you. Oasis, thank you for being my friend for so many, many years, dancing for so many years, all the wonderful, authentic movement. And thank you for facilitating healing for so many hundreds, I don't know, thousands of people for many, many years. And I appreciate your humor and being such a joyful person in my life. Thank you. And I'm going to play a little flute song.
Rebecca brings the birds back every year.
Yeah, every year. It's an annual thing.
We're gonna take a break, I think.
We're
Is
gonna
that
do
right?
dancing and food. Do you wanna say anything? This will be the end of this part. Is there anything you wanna end with? You are the maestro and the bard.
We're gonna do what now?
We're gonna have food. Sir Dion and Edward made some pizza, and then Samaha's gonna DJ some dancing. I think you got energy pulled. We weren't really sure, but I think you'll be out there in your walker.
Maybe I'll see if I got something that's
Okay.
a blessing. I'll read one more relatively short poem. Tongue and groove. Tongue and move grooves, get smooth, release the juice. Let language sluice like a succulent peach. Reach across the sound beach. Make a word castle with gritty sand, lyrical, handcrafted songs seeking a band. Syllables splash in foamy delight. Catch imagination and burst at night. Take off your clothes and wade to the waves. Let fears drown in Fears drown in phosphorescent waves. Surf off the crest and into the tube. The voice is the board that rides. The voice is the board that rides word flute. That rides word food. Savor the impulse, give wings to the taste, a poetics by nature, life without waste. You clap too soon. You're the dessert. Let's enjoy a little taste of what they got for us.
Yeah.